Well, the big thing when kids are going to school is budgeting, right? Because you're away from mom and dad, and you're kind of on your own. You have to set up how much money you've got to pay for all the things you need to survive. And so we brought in financial expert Connie Mack to talk about ways for parents and students to prepare. So
good morning.
Good morning. It's good to see you. So first and foremost, talk about what type of plan parents should put together so that their student is armed and ready to enter the real world.
Well, it's a big step for parents to finally let their children go into the real world. College is that first step, correct? So parents should be concerned with developing a system for having access for emergency funds for the child. Typically, they'll create a joint account with the child having a single account where they can move the funds over expediently in case that emergency comes up.
And that's something to think about, because just because you put money aside for college, I mean, you've been saving and saving and saving while your child is growing, you'd still need to keep doing that in case they do have an emergency at school that maybe isn't covered by the health insurance we talked about earlier.
Correct.
What types of things would you recommend that parents write down on a piece of paper and say, okay, we need money for this, we need money for this, we need money for this? Because I'm sure that it's more than many people would anticipate.
Well, it's all of the unexpected expenses, anywhere from healthcare. I know you all just did a segment involving health insurance, unexpected expenses for troubled areas, whether that be they get in trouble, you know, they need money to get bailed out, whether it's legal or they break something.
And hopefully not.
Yeah,
but, you know, it comes up, I guess, with some
it covers a very wide range of unexpected expenses. But I think the most important thing that children should be aware of and that parents should teach them is being cognizant of credit card offers. That's really where, when you talk about from a financial perspective, this is their first step, and you want their first step to be the right step to take. So they want to, you know, establish a credit history. Don't shy away from the credit card offers, but be cognizant of the bait and switch, meaning the low APR offers, the no fee, and then after 6 months, the APR shoots up to the maximum. The expenses are very onerous. So teach your child to pay attention to detail when they are reviewing those credit card offers.
Can you put certain restrictions on those offers? I mean, clearly you can only have, maybe you can only ring up a tab of $500 or something like that, you know, and then that's it for the credit card. But are there other things that parents can do to kind of get in there and help really kind of hold it down so that kids don't go overboard?
Well, a new thing that's come up from the financial reform bill is that it's going to create more barriers for children, and actually those barriers will be protection barriers for them. And what that means is that if they do not have income, if they're younger than the age of 21, then they will have to have a joint party, typically their parent, in order to open that credit card. Now, an important note is that they need to be the primary account holder, meaning the child, not the parent, because if they're going to have a credit card, they want the credit history to follow them. So if they're going to pay their credit on time, they want to get credit for that. So it's important to make the child the primary holder.
Okay, and that credit card is so important to establish that credit for maybe even an apartment down the road or a new car.
Correct.
How often should parents send their students money?
Well,
it's kind of a tough one.
Well, this is where it's very important to create good financial habits. So answering the earlier question that you had about what limits, I would recommend a credit limit of $250.
Okay.
As individuals get introduced to credit, it's, you know, they don't see the money changing hands, so they lose track of their spending habits. So segueing into your current question about, well, how often should you send money, create a payroll system for your child, bi-monthly, and have them accountable for that payment, meaning have them present some type of reconciled statement of their expenditures before they get that next allotment. And if you're going to have that credit limit of $250, maybe you send them $125 every 2 weeks so that they're paying off their credit card every month and they don't have any interest charges incurring on that credit card.
That's great. Thanks so much. Connie Mack, our financial expert, did a great job. Lots of good advice there.
Thanks for having me.